Welcome back to the Power in Your Voice podcast. We would like to first say thank you to those who tune in week after week, those who share the link on various platforms. Thank you. Y'all, this season, we are excited to bring you some hot and new topics. We are ready to push you further into your destiny. If you feel stuck or even overwhelmed, I want you to tune in and have a mind of expectancy, because we believe that if you challenge it, it will change.
Welcome back to the Power in Your Voice. Challenge it and it will change. You know this is Dr. Linda. I am always so thankful to all of the listeners. Y'all, I tell you what, I pray that your April is amazing and that you are getting something out of this podcast, talking about the good old days, to realize and to reminisce from time to time about your beginnings, because in those beginnings, y'all, you build a lot of memories. I mean, I don't know about where you are and what your memories are like, but when we were in those moments, we thought they were really, really bad. We thought that's where life was, and we didn't know how we were going to overcome those things. But as we kept living and kept moving, y'all, you all to see where we are today. And I thank the Lord. And I would never change those good old days that we had, even as families, y'all. We used to then have all these bedrooms. You slept in, and it wasn't this my bedroom. Everybody I know in my house, Miss Rogers, Miss Tedlane Rogers house, y'all. We had a 3-bedroom house. And when I tell you we are stronger today because of our great beginnings, our dad would pack the car like sardines. Man, you were just close. You were real, real close. And I like those memories. And then when we moved on to our children, we built memories now that we can look back and be grateful about, and just sit down and have good conversation about our beginning. Renice, come on, talk to me about the good old days.
I remember I remember when we was growing up, when you had brought up living at grandma and granddaddy's house. I remember when we were growing up, it wasn't, now you would buy me clothes and they would stay at grandma's house. But it wasn't Thomasum. Well, that's mine, and you can't wear that. It wasn't like that. Whatever you found, that's what you had. And it was, we fight over little stuff. We fight over things that now that you didn't fight over back then. You was just happy to have something to wear.
Yes.
And then I remember when we were growing up with you and Daddy, how when we would go on road trips, it was illegal. It was illegal. Yeah, it was illegal. How we would literally be all packed in a car because
Yes.
that's what we had. And
Yes.
we will be on the floor. Some will be in the chair. And it ain't, you better not be talking about some, you sitting on me. You hurt me.
No. No.
We will go out. And y'all will pack us sandwiches. Y'all will pack us stuff. Ain't no we finna stop.
Oh my God.
No, we finna stop at this restaurant. You better get this sandwich and be happy.
Them good cold
And when
cuts.
when you stopped at the gas station, everybody had to get out, go to the bathroom, and get back in their car. Ain't no can I go shopping and look at them. Y'all, those things are funny to me now, but y'all, that's how our family really was built, like literally closeness. And it's hard to tear down something that have so much love and has so much of an impact on your life,
Yeah.
it
Yes.
really means something. Because now we don't even want to borrow nobody clothes. Ain't no, you can't. If I go to my sister's house, it ain't like I'm going. This is how our relationship is because of how y'all brought us up. I can go in her closet and say, "Let me get this. I'm gonna wear
Yep.
this."
Yep.
It ain't talking about some. That's her privacy. It's it's just not like that. We tell our husband, tell each other husbands, move.
Yes.
And it's
Yes.
not, and I'm not saying to go and be disrespectful to anybody, but the way our relationship is, we know how to, yes, respect each other and have boundaries.
Girl.
And that was taught. That was taught. And it's something that is still valued within us to know that closeness still means everything. When you
Yes.
are taught and built up on love, I don't care what comes, I don't care what goes. Love never fades, it never washes away. And those,
Yes.
because of the memories and because of the things that we did when we were being brought up, that's what made us great and where we are in our relationships on today. And I am forever thankful for them. I am forever thankful for my grandmother and my grandfather, how they brought us up like sardines. And, and,
Yes.
and, and it kept it, no matter where we go, you'll always know that we're people of love because that's the only thing that we were built up for. So I'm thankful for it.
That's so good that you were talking, Ebony. I'm coming to you in just a second. Hey, remember when you all came home? When we go home to my mother's house, which is your grandmother, and which would be Tiara's great grandmother, and Tiara, y'all had made it in, and Tiara was looking like where I'm gonna sleep. I said, baby, get on this couch, get you a chair, and prop your feet up, cause this is your bed. Tiara was looking because our children don't get to experience those days, and maybe it's good. I'm not saying that they need to experience, but I'm just saying the good old days and what made us so close and what makes memory to us. And you all, when we go home now, I often tell my grandchildren when we go to my mama's house, baby, there is no bedroom. That is called a pallet. I know some of y'all don't know nothing about that right there. Ebony, come on, talk to me about this pallet.
Now that's funny because, yes, I have a beautiful home. I thank God for my home, but I have a three bedroom home. So they are all occupied. So when we have family or friends that come by, I tell them all the time, you are more than welcome. I will shift my kids, but just know that I have a 3 bedroom home. And my kids love sleeping in the room together. They love sleeping on the floor because, I tell them all the time that was our upbringing. We didn't always have extra bedrooms. When somebody came to stay with us, you stayed in the bed with them if they were single. And if not, you made a pallet. I tell them how I grew up. And I always slept in the room with my sister. And they was like, what? And I was like, yes, I said, I used to have this, it's like that little bed that we used to have in the hallway. I used to pull it out every night. Had my own bed to go to, but I just chose to sleep on the floor on this little cot thing so that I can be in the same room. So it's so true. And I know I keep a lot of those values because, like Renice was saying, we can pack a car down real good. If you got a
Yes,
five
ma'am.
seater, we're going to put all 5 seatbelts in use and we going to pack that luggage in there. And then I taught my family that you don't have to always have all this money to travel. We're going to get us a cooler. We're going to put some ice in there with some lunch meat. They be like, well, ain't no fridge. That's okay. We got to get a bag of ice every day to keep our lunch meat cold. because you get one hot meal. That's all you gonna get.
Yeah.
We look for a hotel that's gonna give us breakfast. And if breakfast in at 10:30, we not going down to 10 because that needs to last you until I get you dinner.
Yeah, remember Mama used to make sure we went to a place with a buffet.
Yes.
All you can eat.
All you can eat. Y'all, those are the good old days. It's what, as they were mentioning, it's what's being taken away from these newer generations, this younger generation, because they're not being raised together. They so used to, well, I'm hungry for this. I'm hungry for this. One thing I always remember, as many people as it was in that van, we went to one restaurant when we stopped. My daddy did not let us choose all these different things. Matter of fact, he ordered our food. I don't like onions. I don't like tomatoes. I don't like all this stuff. But my dad would bring that burger, and his words was, ain't nobody finna be taking all this stuff off. So whatever you didn't like, you scraped it off. That was how you lived. And y'all, when you smile, you be like, I ain't doing all this. I do my kids the same way. And I'm so glad, because there's a couple times we have gone out to eat and I've asked for a burger to be plain because they don't like all that stuff. That burger came with all the works. And I would see my son grab them napkins and start scraping off to the side. I said, see, I've trained y'all well. You're going to be able to survive in this world, because every time it's not going to be your way. Sometimes you're just going to have to take the things that you want and move the stuff to the side. It's just like pizza. My parents love pizza with everything. I already know if I'm going to get a slice of their pizza, I'm taking off everything. But it taught me life ain't going to always be what it is. Just learn how to take the good, dismiss the stuff you don't like, and you keep on moving.
That's good. That's good, y'all. And I'm going to tell you something. You know, we were talking about at grandma, y'all, one thing we had is some good cover. Girl, oh my God. My mom, my grandmother, Roselle, I tell you, they always had that good cover. Quilts and all of those great things, y'all. We were really a good family. I'm not saying nothing is safe in this day and time. I don't know. I just thank God we had safe people that we were able to be around, and we didn't have to worry about different things like the children have to worry about today. You can't know how to put sisters and brothers in the room together no more. But I'm so grateful for our good old days. They have built so many memories. And today, you all, my family, they are well known around the world. And in that well known, we know how to treat people. We know how to go and not all act all above. Now we like great things. Please don't miss it. We like great things. But our beginning was so humble and we had so much fun. And when we get together today, we still have that kind of fun. Jada, come on, talk to me about the good old days.
Yeah, it's funny that we're talking about that, because we was actually driving today and we pulled up on this truck and we at the light, we talking, and then out of nowhere you just hear and y'all, I turned around before I knew it and I looked at it like I didn't know what it was. I looked at it to see what the sound was, and I knew it was the truck next to us because I had already seen it. And I was like, I told Davion, let me just turn back around, because I remember I had just had my accident, but I bought this 98 Jeep that was like my backup truck for when it snowed in Alaska. Y'all, that truck sat for a year, but that truck was good to me, y'all, because the whole year that I was doing rehab and stuff, the truck was in the snow getting piled up on everything. All they had to do was jump it. And the truck was like good for me to drive again. But when I started driving it again, when I got back, it would like do the same sound I heard the truck do today. And it was like, y'all, we would be leaving church, everybody outside. pulling up to work, same sound over and over and over. And I was like, you know what? I'm not even mad about it. Like, I'm happy about it because that truck was good to me, first of all. And second of all, I had a truck. So, I mean, that's better than what somebody else could say. But yeah, I had that happen today. And it's actually really funny, y'all, talk about that. But yeah,
That's good, because somebody are in their moments right now, and they may not realize that they're good moments. You may not realize that they are building memories, but they are building memories that will last forever. You can tell your family, you can tell your friends, you can tell your husband, you can tell people about your beginning and how God has brought you to where you are today. But it had to start somewhere. And I come from a big family on both sides. My biological father's side, he had a big family. My father that raised me, he had a big family. We come from a humongous, large amount of people. And you all, they were good people. And they loved us. They loved us for who we were. Not talking about what you gonna be, but they loved us right where we were. And that's what I would like to encourage you. Love the peoples right where they are. And I'm telling you, you're going to make it. Your life will be great if you just stop and reminisce about your good old days. So when times get tight and it looks like you're going down, just remember, these are just making memories. that truck, that car, that maybe not having the bed that you want, you gotta lay on a pallet. Maybe you don't have the money to take your fiance, your wife, your friends to these big fancy restaurants. Y'all, I'm telling you, ain't nothing like coming together and making good homemade meals. I know everybody don't know how to make the gourmet meals, but guess what? I know how to go in their kitchen and put it together and make it with love. Love. That's the best food that there is. Even when you sick in your body, they would get us some hot soup, some chicken dumpling. They will put food together, boiled chicken. You better not bring that stuff in that house now. These kids go, I don't want it. That's why we so sick and our body, our immune system is just jacked up because we don't have that good substance. And I just want to encourage you, stop and reminisce on your memories, which is the good old days. I hope you enjoyed this podcast. You be blessed, and may the Lord keep on keeping us, and you will see greater days. Peace out.
Thank you for tuning in this week. Our prayer is that you be encouraged. Know that life can be hard at times, sometimes even unbearable. But know, when we are weak, God is strong. Let's take off the world's expectation of us and ask God, what do you expect of me? We ask that you like, comment, and subscribe. Have a blessed week and see you next week.